You know that feeling when you're 16 and you just broke up with your high school sweetheart, that love of your life, and you're heartbroken? It's after midnight and you just want someone to talk to. Anybody. Someone to talk you through it. No script, no 5 steps. You just wanted a real person on the other end of that phone line who would actually give you advice, who would actually listen to your specific mess and help you see what to do next. But even more than that, you just wanted to feel heard, that you weren't alone, that you weren't the only one that has ever felt that way. I think that's all we wanted, just to be consoled, just to know we weren't alone. Back in my day, we had that. Welcome to Delilah After Midnight. We could pick up that phone and Delilah was there on our local radio station. That feeling doesn't go away when you grow up. It just changes shape. Now you're not 16 or heartbroken. You're a kingdom business owner and it's midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and the thing keeping you up, chances are, it's not a boy anymore. It's a client you don't know how to fire, a price you're scared to raise, a decision sitting on your desk you're afraid to make because you're not quite sure you heard the Lord right, or if at all. You're not discerning, and you're not sure what that next step is. It's been sitting there for 3 weeks because you can't tell if the decision you're making is in fear, wisdom, or peace. You still want that same thing you wanted at 16. Someone to call, a real voice, a real answer for your real situation. So I built that. Except I'm not Delilah, and I'm not going to be on the other line at 3 in the morning. But I'm giving you the after hours line.
Hello, the line is open. Your kingdom business breakthroughs waiting on the other side. The after hours line is open just for you.
Hey, welcome back to the Kingdom Business Revolution podcast. I'm so glad that you are here today. I'm your host, Kristen Duranci. This episode is going to be different, short and sweet, because I'm opening a line. The After Hours Business Hotline is officially open. And I want to give you the easiest way in right now. Before I even tell you what it is, you can write down this phone number because anytime you have a question, you want your next 6-figure breakthrough, and you're wondering what to do next. Maybe you've been struggling with something specifically in your business for a while, and you just want to pick my brain or ask me what I would do. So text the word breakthrough to 231-444-2451. That's it. When you are up in the morning, stuck, wondering what to do next, you can text the word breakthrough to that number, 231-444-2451. The link will also be in the show notes. And that's how you get on the After Hours Business Breakthrough Hotline with me. It is going to be a live podcast episode that I am going to do right here on the Kingdom Business Revolution podcast. The idea is simple. You bring me the business question you can't stop thinking about, what you're struggling with, and we will work through it together in real time. But I want to explain to you why I'm creating this now, because it is more than just a new podcast format. You're going to be able to either come on live with me and we'll work through it together, submit an anonymous question, and listen to the podcast for feedback, or submit a question that I answer on the podcast episode. We are entering a very different era of business, aren't we? It has changed significantly over the past 4 to 5 years. And now with AI, it has been easier than ever to create more content, to find a fast answer, or generate something that sounds polished and intelligent. Let's face it, information is everywhere, but more content and more information does not necessarily create more clarity. In fact, the opposite is true, and the opposite is beginning to happen. I see amazing kingdom women who are called to business who have a area of expertise that is phenomenal, and they are consuming more and more information while becoming less confident in their own ability to think, discern, decide, take action on that decision, and then lead their people forward. Instead, we're opening another tab, asking another expert, or typing another prompt into ChatGPT before we have ever stopped long enough to sit in silence, discern, and ask God what He's trying to show us. But more importantly, take action. And one thing I'm going to be planting a seed here inside the Kingdom Lens, the paid tier over on Substack, it's going to be changing because I see too many of you not taking action. And we're going to start to take action, discern, take action inside the paid tier of my Kingdom Lens on Substack. Why? Because Kingdom CEOs who are 6 and 7 figure CEOs know that every decision that they take is the right decision. They're either going to get the result that they wanted or they're going to learn the lesson that they needed. Every decision is the right decision. And I do not want to contribute more polished noise to an already noisy marketplace. I want to create the kind of content here on the Kingdom Business Revolution podcast that AI cannot manufacture. A real woman bringing a real situation, real questions into a genuine, unscripted conversation. Not a perfectly prepared interview, not a canned answer, and not 5 general steps that may or may not apply to your actual business. I want you to bring a real question with all of its complexity and context, followed by any deeper questions that we need to reveal underneath it. Because most of the time, the questions keeping you awake is the real question, and we get to the root. It's simply the doorway into the decision you have been avoiding, the gap you have not been able to see, or the next move you have not yet had the courage to make. That is where the after hours line becomes different. It creates a two-way conversation. It allows us to get into the nuance that gets lost in a social media post, a scripted training, or a traditional interview. It gives me the opportunity to respond to what you are actually navigating with right now, instead of only teaching the topics I think you need. And every question creates an opportunity for more than one woman to have a breakthrough. You may hear someone ask about an offer, a collaboration, a client situation, a financial decision, maybe even a season of motherhood, or something that's happened behind the scenes of her business, and realize that is the question I've been carrying too. And that is what I'm most excited about. The variety of questions will take us into conversations I may never have thought to teach on by myself. And each episode can hold several real-life situations, several clarity moments for you, and several practical moves you can even apply to your own business. So this is not content created simply to create another episode to fill in the episodes of the Kingdom Business Revolution podcast. It's a place for real-time discernment, courageous leadership, honest business conversations, and questions that don't fit neatly inside a script. Because in the age of artificial answers and AI, I wholeheartedly believe real conversations are about to become more valuable than ever. That's part of my Be a Human First framework. So if you have a question already forming in your mind right now, go ahead and text breakthrough to 231-444-2451. Get your question on the line before you forget, and get in the queue because you may be chosen to join me live on the Kingdom Business Revolution podcast. Now, a word for the women who've already stepped inside the Kingdom Lens on Substack as a paid member. If you're a paid member of my Substack tiers, you are going to get first priority. You go first for the questions we answer on air, and you get to go first for the chance to come on live with me. I'll also be running some of these episodes right inside the room for members. I will always find ways to go deeper with the women who've already said yes and have stepped in, because Substack is the trust pathway offer I'm building, and I want it to be worth every bit of that yes. So here's how do you get your questions submitted? Simple. Text the word breakthrough to my number 231-444-2451. And then you're going to get a link to the form. From there, you're going to be able to pick one of 3 ways to participate. You can have me read and answer your question on air while you stay completely behind the scenes. You can send it in as an anonymous confession where I never share your name, your business, or anything that could identify you, so we can get into the situation you'd never say out loud anywhere else. Or you can come on live with me and walk through it together. When you come on live, here's what's going to happen. You bring your question, and in 10 minutes together, we are going to get underneath it to the real issue. Then you will leave with one clear next move, something you can actually do in the next 24 hours. So this is your invitation. Remember this episode when you are awake next time after midnight, because somewhere between now and next week, it might happen. You're going to wake up in the wee hours with a problem you can't solve, a problem that's been weighing on your mind. Maybe it's a decision in your business you can't make. Maybe it's a tech issue you just can't break through, and you watched 4 tutorials and you're still stuck. Maybe it's a client or a price or a person you don't know how to have that hard conversation with. And when that happens, some part of you is going to want what you wanted at 16, brokenhearted, wanting someone to call, wanting somebody real, somebody who actually gets it and can help you find your next breakthrough instead of just Googling your way into more confusion at 2 a.m. So don't just lay there at the ceiling doing business therapy with yourself. Text breakthrough to 231-444-2451. Consider this your permission slip to finally pick up the phone. I promise I'm a lot more fun than that dial-up internet and a lot more helpful than a 2 a.m. Google search. The first episode of the After Hours Business Hotline drops in just a few days. And the women who are in the Kingdom Lens in the paid room are already in the line ahead of you. So don't wait on this. If you have a question, text breakthrough to the number in the show notes and keep your ears open for that first episode. Here's the line you'll hear me say every time I open up that show. The line's open. Have an amazing, blessed day, my friend. And until then, the line's closed for tonight. Go make the move you can finally sleep on.
Hello, the line is open. Your kingdom business breakthroughs waiting on the other side. The after hours line is open just for you.